Hello, school counselors and school ScholarTrack users. I'm Rachel Meyer. I'm an outreach coordinator with the Indiana Commission for Higher Education. And in today's little quick reference video, we're going to go through what ScholarTrack is, how to use it, and all of the basics that you'll need to work with our state financial aid programs. So essentially, ScholarTrack is our school staff portal. So anything you need to report for a student, for scholarships from us, it will all be on ScholarTrack. So this is what the website looks like. You'll always go to scholartrack.in.gov. If you already have an account created, you'll just log in using your email address that you registered with as a school user, and then your password you created. If you are new, so maybe you're a data specialist and they need you to enter in GPAs or diploma types, or a registrar or a brand new counselor, we can help you create an account, and we'll go through that on the next slide as well. So to create an account, what you're going to do is you're actually going to email us. So you can email your outreach coordinator for your region, or you can email our school and community manager. Her name is Barbie Martin, and her information is on the screen for you. And then if you're not sure who your outreach coordinator is, here you go. So this is our map. We have 8 of us around the state that specialize in helping you and your students with all of your state financial aid information. So you would just find the county that you work in and reach out to us, and we would help create your account. Once you have an account and you're logged in on ScholarTrack, this is what you'll see as your dashboard when you log in. So basic information is on the left-hand side. You can search for students right there in the middle. If you just need to pull up one individual student, that's the best way to do that. Once you pull up an individual student, if you want to see if they're a 21st Century Scholarship student, you'll see that kind of in that middle column on the student. It has the green approved. That means they are enrolled as a 21st Century Scholar. If you want to look into their account further, maybe they need help with their email address or logging in, you'll click the little blue person icon where we are directing you on there to pull up their student details. So this is another double check to see, are they a 21st Century Scholar student? At the top right, you'll see 21st Century Scholar application, and if it says approved, then they are in the program. Anything that has a little blue pencil icon, you are able to change or update for the student as a school user. So you can update their email address, phone number, cohort year if they change cohorts, all of that kind of good stuff. We get this question a lot. Which email address do we use for their ScholarTrack login? Because there's 2 emails on their account. So you'll always check on the far left-hand side for where it says full user account, or it might say limited user account. If it says full user account with none, like this student's profile, it means that student has not yet registered for their own ScholarTrack account. If they're a scholar, they do need to do that. So again, if it says none, that's when that student needs to create an account. If it says limited user account with an email address, that student just has a basic account and will need to upgrade it later on as a junior or senior in high school so that they're ready for their college requirements. All right, so again, for that upgraded account, if it says full user account with an email address there on the left-hand side, it is upgraded. Again, if it says limited user account, they have not yet upgraded. So the next thing we're going to cover is how to run your 21st Century Scholar roster report. So if you just want to see who is a 21st Century Scholar at your school, this is where you would go to run that report. So you'll hit the drop down for reports, And then you'll click on the Excel ScholarTrack account and Scholar Success Program Activity Report, the longest one. You'll click on that. And then you can enter in the cohort years that you want to double check. Usually for the generate PIN section, you'll say no. The PINs are temporary passwords that are assigned to those students if you just need to log them in quickly for their accounts. And then you can leave the rest of it blank and then just hit the blue download button, and that will generate up a report of all of your enrolled 21st century scholars at your school for the cohort years that you choose. You can do 1 year. If you want to see all 4 years, so your freshmen all the way through your seniors, whatever you want to do for that, you can enter up to 4 cohort years. This will pop up with an Excel file, so that's how you can edit your columns, customize it however you want, but it's just a nice feature that it'll actually pop up with a nice spreadsheet for you. The next thing we're going to cover is running your FAFSA completion report. So this would only be for your seniors. So to do this, you'll click on the reports, and then on the drop down, you'll do Excel Senior FAFSA Completion Report. And then it's a very similar kind of functionality. So you'll enter in the seniors cohort year. If you want to sort for 21st century scholar students only, you can do that on here on the drop down. You can say yes, and that will show you only your scholar students. If you want to see every one of your seniors in high school, you'll leave that blank. For the ScholarTrack account, I would leave that blank as well as the other options, and then you'll click the blue download button, and again it will generate that Excel file for you where you can see all of the information and sort it how you want. All right, for the next little section here, we're going to cover 21st century scholarship enrollment. So most of the time this will be for our middle school counselors, but again, we do have some students in high school that might be enrolled through foster care. So again, enrollment, 7th or 8th graders, in family situations or in legal guardianship through the court. But then 7th through 12th graders can be enrolled as scholars if they are in foster care through DCS. So to enroll them, you'll click the blue Apply for Scholar button, and then you'll choose the application type. So for our purposes, we have income application. That is for students living with their biological or an adopted family. Foster care is again for students in foster care through DCS. And then legal guardianship application is for students in court-appointed legal guardianship, and documentation is required to submit with the application. So this is the actual application page that will pull up for you as a counselor or school user. Anything in red is mandatory, that we need that information to enroll them. Everything else is just optional. So it's helpful to us to have some of that information, but again, it's not necessarily required. So good email addresses, good mailing addresses are important. So pay extra close attention to that. The next section after the basic student information will be the household information. So this is where you would enter student financials first, and then you will enter the parent or guardian information. This is the important part. If there are more than just the student they're enrolling and the parent, you need to make sure you add all of the other family members to the application. So you click the blue little add member, and then do that for every single other person in the household. Even if they don't have any money contributed to the household income, we still need their household size to make sure that we know if they qualify or not. And then lastly, you'll want to make sure that you go over our Scholar Pledge with the student before you enroll them, and then check mark the box that they have been made aware of what their expectations are as a scholar. Once all that is in there, correct, you've double checked everything, you'll hit the green save button and then it will submit the application to us. So to go over any of this information, we do have a really thorough informational resource page for enrollment. So families can enroll the students themselves. But again, if you want to take that on as a counselor or data specialist, please go ahead and do that if the family is not comfortable enrolling themselves. So you can go to scholars.in.gov/enroll, and we have a really thorough page with the enrollment criteria for household size and income, information for families, as well as links to our resources tab. Speaking of our resources tab, this is scholars.in.gov/resources. This will take you to practice application worksheets. We have resources in I think about 7 different languages now for our informational flyers about the Scholars Program. Links to videos, all kinds of helpful information is all on here. And then lastly, if you have questions, concerns, anything, please reach out to us. We are here to help get those students enrolled in 7th or 8th grade and then through all their activities and FAFSA completion in high school. So definitely reach out to us. All of our information is in our brochures as well as on these videos and on our website. And again, here is how to get in touch with your outreach coordinator. We are kind of the gateway to all of our state financial aid programs. We can help families directly. So again, reach out to us or our financial aid support center. So thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to go through how to use the basics of ScholarTrack. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good day.